We've all heard of milk. First thing that comes to mind is, of course, cow's milk. There's also goat's milk, and a lot lately is soy milk. Today we're going to be talking about almond milk. Don't know what it is? We're going to find out. Let me introduce you to Dr. Harlan. How do you milk an almond?
Very small fingers. You must have very small fingers.
You would say
for
that.
those that don't want to use their small fingers,
okay.
People oftentimes buy this stuff. Now, when you buy this stuff, and I mean it this stuff because it's not really 100% almond milk. You'd like to think that it is. It would be nice if it is. Different brands have different amounts of almond milk in it. But one thing they all have, take a look at the, I believe, third ingredient in that. What do you get? Third
ingredient? 1, 2, 3, organic evaporated cane juice.
Ah, yes.
It's organic.
It's organic, but it is excessively sweet. Yes. Now, if you take a look at that, check the carbs on that. What do you get?
11 grams.
11 grams of carbs. And how much sugar do you get in there?
Wow,
Sugars.
9 grams.
So you're adding 9 grams of sugar. Now, if you're diabetic or if you're hypoglycemic, this may not be such a good idea.
Wow.
But the good news is you can make this yourself. You can make it yourself with 2 ingredients.
2.
2. Count them. 2. One is almonds. The other is water.
That's it?
Now, my preference is, personally, to use raw almonds.
Why raw almonds?
Raw almonds, what's great about raw almonds, and I've got some right here, just by chance. If you take raw almonds, the nutrients that are present in the almonds are all there. When you heat an almond by pasteurizing it or by heating it and roasting it, the net effect you have is that you are altering it biochemically. Now, when you alter your almonds biochemically, the net effect of it you have is that you aren't getting the same nutrients you'd like to have. And we like getting all the nutrients we can get out of our food.
Of course.
It's much better. So that's why we like raw almonds. Now, in addition, one of the great things you want to do is soak your almonds. And you may ask me, why would I want to
soak the almonds?
I'm glad you asked me that question.
Hey, I'm here for you.
You're a cool guy. Now, we're going to add some water to this almond because these almonds, sadly, have something in it that's really good for them reproductively, but not so good for you digestively. They have an enzyme inhibitor on the coating of them. Now, if you're looking at your raw almond, okay, and you're eating it raw, as the saying goes, what happens is you've got a problem because you're eating an enzyme inhibitor. Now, if you eat an enzyme inhibitor, not so good. So what we do is we soak the almonds for about 8 hours. And I've got a chart. You're welcome to look at my website for different nuts, and you can make different nut milks as well. I like using the Sunrider product here on it. And the reason I use this Sunrider product is it's a surfactant, and it actually gets the crud off of the surface of the raw almonds. You know, you want to wash your food. And if you look there, yeah.
Like this one, because we did this one earlier.
Yeah.
For an example. That's what you were talking about.
That's the crud that sits on the almonds. And these are raw almonds. It's not, it's organic crud, but it's still crud that you don't want to eat.
Crud.
It's like, you know, don't panic. So what we're going to do with these already soaked almonds, which just by chance I happen to have brought with me. And these are raw almonds that have been soaked for 8 hours. What we're going to do with these is we're going to add some things to them.
Okay.
Okay. The things that we're going to add, one thing alone. Okay. We're going to take these raw almonds. I'm going to place them inside of a Vitamix.
Vitamix. Why is a Vitamix important? I have a blender. Why can't I use that?
Because it would die.
But essentially, I like my blender.
The problem we've got with a blender is if you buy a regular store-bought blender in a discount store, not a supermarket, you'll end up finding that that blender, because it has to grind nuts, it's going to die after about 3 or 4 uses.
Wow. And
you'll be very sorry. Whereas if you get a Vitamix or a BlendTech, or there are several other brands that are out there, basically you need a very strong motor. And this particular blender has an exceptionally strong motor. So I've got a cup of almonds in here, and I'm going to add a cup and a half of water to it to make what I'll call a slurry. Basically what that is it's a mixture of almonds and water. And we're going to take that and we're going to drop it inside of the Vitamix, thusly, or as they say in Pennsylvania, like so.
Oops.
And yeah, that would be bad.
Yes, it
Thank
might
you
be,
for the warning there.
I'm here for you.
I admire that. And here we are, grinding up these almonds into a slurry. Now, if you'd be so kind as to pass me that metal bowl, we're going to take these almonds here that we've carefully mushed, and we're going to put it in something called a nut milk bag.
A nut milk bag. What is a nut milk
A
bag?
nut milk bag, if you look, is simply a modified cheesecloth. Now, if you look at this modified cheesecloth and we place it in, after we pour the slurry in, we're going to just seal it shut and squeeze.
Oh,
So
okay.
let me demonstrate.
Here, I'll get it.
Why don't you hold that for me? That's
Gotcha.
great. And we're going to pour this in, and you can see what the slurry looks like. And, you know, with a powerful blender, you can actually do some good with that. Thank you very much.
Sure.
And the honors basically look like this. You just take it, twist it a little bit, and yes, with very small fingers. I happen to have larger fingers, but this still will work.
Wow. That's
And
neat.
this makes almond milk. This is what almond milk is. This is what it's all about. Very nutritious, high in omega-3s, high in protein. For people that are lactose intolerant, this is the bomb.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, and it's creamy. As I'm going to give you a taste of it, actually.
What do we do with that? Throw that away?
Yeah, well, actually, with this, I make cake out of this. This is some real interesting stuff.
So you don't waste anything.
No, this works as a flour in my raw food cake recipes.
Wow,
And you can
that looks
see what
good.
it looks like here. It's pretty amazing stuff. And so that's what I do with this. And now this almond milk, you know, it's very drinkable. And, you know, I just have there's a glass right down, if you look underneath there. There should be a nice spiffy glass.
I don't see it.
That's okay. Give me a cup if you would.
Not a problem.
We'll use one of these cups. And let me pour a little bit in for you.
Got it.
And we spilled a little bit. That's going to be okay. And I've got some stevia, which I like sweetening it with. So let me give you a
So
little
it's not
squirt of
naturally
stevia.
sweet at all is what you're
Yep.
saying.
Yep. And this is not the stevia. This is the vegetable rinse. So
There we go.
let's take some stevia. That'll be much better. And we squirt in a little squeeze of stevia. And we can mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
And this is what the almond milk looks like itself when it's not spilled.
Me, huh? I have
And
to try
that's
I
for
have
you to,
drink
you can
this.
drink that. Yeah, we're going to torture you and make you drink that.
I trust you.
Well, we'll see what happens. It's a science experiment.
That's good.
Isn't that tasty?
That is very good.
Yeah, and it's very creamy and very tasty. Now, the other thing we can
That's
do
all
with
it's
this.
for is drinking or maybe on my cereal.
Oh, yeah, but you can do that. But step over to your right. Let me show you some other items. I love making a smoothie. I am a big fan of a morning smoothie, and this makes an amazing smoothie. This is cacao powder. This is bee pollen. This is spirulina. This is lucuma powder. This is maca powder.
And you're not going to tell me anything else about these, are you?
I'm gonna
You're
tease you.
teasing me for
Yes.
later on.
Yeah, come back
Wow.
again. Watch me another time.
That's great. Thank you for sharing the secret of almond milk with a Y. Why does it have a Y? I forgot to ask you that.
Why not?
Oh, come on. It's been great, Dr. Harlan. Appreciate it. And I can make this at home, almond milk at home, and it tastes great. Thank you again, Dr. Harlan.
You're welcome.
Great.